All right, I'm about to take you on a voyage through the journey of purchasing your brand new home before it's even built. In this video, we're gonna walk through every step so you'll know exactly what to expect from start to finish. Your first step is selecting the perfect area for your new home. Consider factors like population size, lot location, and the view to match with your lifestyle and preferences. Consider other factors too, like proximity to recreational activities, friends, family, groceries, shopping, and emergency services. Feasibility study. Next, a feasibility study ensures that the lot can accommodate your desired home and meet local zoning and building regulations, avoiding potential roadblocks that will come later in the process. See, this study might include access to public utilities, geological studies, floodplain research, stormwater remediation, perk tests, other environmental concerns, and things like that that are specific to the location where you're trying to build. A civil engineer is typically engaged during this part of the process, and they will eventually end up working with your architect to make sure that what you build matches with the findings of the feasibility study. As a homeowner, you can sometimes skip this step if you purchase a lot in a neighborhood that's already been developed past this point by a builder. Builders buy up acreage and split it into smaller lots that you can purchase if you don't already have a lot of your own. This process is called development. Now, the next step is to choose your floor plan in the site. With your lot chosen, it's time to select the floor plan that fits your needs and decide how your home will be positioned on the site for the best use of space and views. Sometimes the builders have already selected a floor plan for each site within their neighborhoods. Other times you get to choose what kind of house goes where. And my personal favorite is when you build a fully custom home that has been designed from the ground up to take maximum advantage of the benefits that that piece of land has to offer. Purchase and sale agreement. Once the decisions are made, you'll sign the purchase and sale agreement, locking in the terms of the deal and taking the first official step towards building your home. And I have to caution you here, if you're not currently working with a new construction specialist like myself, you really need to consider bringing an agent to represent you in between you and the builder. See, when it comes to the contracts especially, and then the execution of those contracts, it's in your best interest to have a highly reputable real estate agent guide you through the entire process to make sure that both you and the builder are keeping up with your end of the bargain. Securing your financing comes next. Some could argue that it comes first. Your lender is going to commit to your loan, ensuring that you have the necessary funds to move forward with the construction. And I have to say, not all lenders are created equally, okay? Same with agents. We work with specialized lenders in the new construction space because they can offer additional services and occasionally rate reductions to get you a much better deal, like a full 1% reduction on your interest rates, just from the lender side alone. A new construction specialist realtor, like me, will work hand in hand with your lender and your builder to make sure that this portion goes as smoothly as possible. Feature selections. Okay, this is the fun part. This is where you get to choose the features and finishes that make the house truly yours. Everything from the countertops to the flooring, cabinets, light fixtures, and more. Now, some builders will only give you a couple of palettes that you can choose from. Some builders don't give people these options at all. These are called spec builders, where they build everything before they take it to the market. And so instead of leaving it up to the clients or the buyers, they're going to leave it up to their designers. And sometimes it's a really great idea. But my very favorite builders work with the future homeowners and the designers all the way through the process to fully customize everything to suit your personal tastes and needs. A new construction specialist like me is going to check in all the way along the process and make sure that your feature selections are implemented the way that you want it. Building permits. Now, before construction begins, the builder has to secure permits from local authorities, ensuring that your home complies with all building codes and regulations. With all the changes that have happened on the national level in the past couple of years, some things have changed about the permitting process, especially in regards to how many dwellings can be on each lot and the requirements for each of those lots. Some counties are quicker than others to get through this process, so make sure you have a thorough understanding from the builder what they expect this timeline to look like. And sometimes we run into complications around permitting that can keep construction from happening until it gets cleared up. This process most commonly takes between 3 weeks and 6 months or more to get these permits, depending on the local jurisdictions and what's going on with the property. Foundation. Now, once the permits are in place, your property is now what we call shovel ready, and they can begin digging. Heavy machinery is going to be used to prepare the surface and dig the trenches so that the water and sewer and utility lines can go through. They'll level out the area that the house is going to to be placed, and all of this has to happen before they start the physical steps of pouring the foundation. This forms the solid base under your home that will be built on. Different regions require different types of foundations, and some of these can be quite involved. In some areas, you can't dig foundations in the wintertime because it's too wet or too frozen, so you have to wait until the weather is favorable and the ground hardens up again before opening up the earth to install your foundation. An excavation crew will bring in heavy machinery to dig down into the earth before the crew can start installing the forms, which they will then pour the concrete into. Now, depending on temperature and moisture, it can take a considerable amount of time for the concrete to dry and cure. You can't rush perfection. It's going to take the time it's going to take. Framing. Now with the foundation set, framing begins. Walls go up, sheeting goes around the outside, and your home starts to take shape as the skeleton of the building comes to life. It's absolutely amazing how quick this portion of the process goes, and it's highly recommended that your realtor did the walkthrough with you before the builder goes any further after the framing to make sure the custom floor plan that you decided on is being laid out properly. And not every agent does it, but this is an extra step that could save a lot of heartache in the end. Any walkthroughs done at this point, you're going to have to wear a hard hat for safety purposes. Okay, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Behind the walls, the essential systems are installed, including heating, cooling, electrical wiring, and plumbing. Everything that keeps your home running smoothly. And this is the last chance that you're gonna have to move a light switch or change the position of a sink or add a bathroom over there, or move a bathtub, anything like that. Now, once the systems are in place, the rough ends have been completed, the drywall is hung or the green board and plastered, depending what part of the country. The walls get mud and sanded and then textured so it can get primed and ready to paint. Now, then the home is painted, giving the interior a clean and finished look. A lot of times they do this before they install the cabinets and the floors because it makes the whole process quicker and easier and more efficient. Now the floors. So it's time for flooring installation. Whether you've chosen hardwood, tile, stone, luxury vinyl plank, or carpet, or any other material under the sun, this step is what brings the warm personality to your home. Here's a pro tip. For an extra luxury touch, consider using the exact same flooring throughout the whole house. This gives an elevated sense of continuity. And if you're using something like luxury vinyl plank or engineered hardwood, the trend is that the bigger and wider the individual pieces are and longer, the more of a luxury feel it has. Now the interior trim like baseboards, crown molding, and doors are added next, after the floors, giving the home its polished and finished appearance. This bit really makes the difference on a home, and the design choices that are made regarding the fit and finish of the home will ultimately affect its value massively in the long run. I was recommended making sure that the doors are large enough to be ADA compatible, meaning if you have a family member with a disability or an injury, a wheelchair is going to be able to safely pass through the doors. The trends on what trim and doors should look like vary wildly from region to region. Be sure to ask your realtor about their opinion on doors and trim, as they see more home sales than your average person on a daily basis, and they should be able to advise on how these choices can impact the overall value of your new home. Seriously, when it comes to the doors and the trim, a few $1,000s up front is going to equate to tens of thousands of dollars of perceived value of the home on the back end. So this is not the place to skimp. And speaking of places not to skimp, cabinet. The kitchen and the bathroom cabinets are installed next, which not only provide essential storage, but also add to the overall aesthetic and functionality of the space. This is another area where sometimes people try to cut corners on the budget. Don't do that, okay? Don't. Get the absolute best and the nicest thing you can afford, and it will be monumental when it comes to how it affects the price of your home. And honestly, the cabinetry and the countertops create the vibe for the whole place. This is crucial. Low quality cabinets can give an impression of lower value property. So use discretion and weigh heavily on the advice of the designer and the agent when it comes to the choices here. Quality walkthrough, or as we call it, the blue tape. As the home nears completion, a quality walkthrough ensures that everything meets the builder's high standard, with any necessary adjustments being made. Some builders, they'll wait until the very end for you to walk through with a roll of blue tape and see if you spot anything that needs done. Scratch on a wall, a touch-up paint, a chipped piece of tile, these little basic things, really minuscule, it's easy to change them now. Through the process, they do send in their own personnel to keep an eye on things, but a realtor who's a new construction specialist like me, going to be your greatest ally when it comes to quality control. 100% complete. At this stage, your home is 100% finished and ready for your final inspection before closing. Okay, everything should be in its place, ready for you to move in. Don't make a mistake and hire a cheap inspector or bypass this inspection, relying on the builder to do it for you. video. Don't do that. Houses are built by humans, and humans aren't perfect. So hire a top quality third-party home inspector to walk through the place before you accept its final condition. If there's anything that needs changed, or was installed incorrectly, or didn't work out the way that we'd hoped, this is the last chance that we have to resolve anything that's unsettled. The final step is closing, where you sign the paperwork, finalize your loan, and get the keys to your brand new home. One thing that you need to know about the closing process is that it's highly recommended for you to sit down with the title company when it's time to sign the loan doc. Make sure you do your wrist stretches beforehand that day. There's a huge stack of paperwork that needs to be signed, especially if you're getting a loan. It's a lot less if you're just paying cash, but if you are getting a loan, it's a lot of documents. Be ready for that. And after closing, well, it's time to move in. Now, the warranty. This is important. Even after you move in, your home is covered by a warranty, ensuring peace of mind as you settle into your new space. Builders do offer warranties, and sometimes you can purchase extended warranties, and the home warranties that are available for very low cost, typically through your agent, are absolutely a godsend. They can save you so much effort, so much headache down the road. I highly recommend getting the extra warranties at this point. I don't recommend buying extra warranties on electronics. I just don't, but I definitely recommend that you get the warranty here at this point. So that's the entire process of building a new construction home, from choosing the lot to moving in. It's a rewarding journey, and with the right guidance, you'll soon be enjoying your dream home. If you have any questions about this process, feel free to reach out, send a direct message, bang on a log, send a messenger pigeon, send up a smoke signal, just get in touch. There's links down in the description below. Happy to help clear up any areas of confusion or just dig a little bit deeper. And if this is your first time coming by the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and shoot us a comment. Let us know what you thought of the video. If there's more topics that you would like me to discuss, make sure you leave that in the comments below. I do read every single one. I really appreciate getting them, and I look forward to responding. So until next time, we'll see you in the next one.